Is blockchain the key to financial democracy? The poor are getting poorer, and for many, the system seems broken. While the idea of cryptocurrency and decentralized finance is fascinating, I don't know too much about the actual blockchain, other than that it's relevant. How can I better understand all of this?
Imagine somebody is building a brick wall. They'd start with the foundation, then the first layer of mortar. Onto this, the first bricks, followed by another layer of mortar. Bricks, mortar, bricks, and so on. One by one, bricks are placed on top of each other to create a wall. The mortar supports and stabilizes the bricks, while also keeping them apart and only allowing certain bricks to interact with the brick it is protecting. It will also not allow anything or anyone access to that brick unless they have the means to get through the mortar with a programmed electronic hammer and cold chisel. This is precisely how the blockchain works in digital form. Each brick represents a block in the chain, protected by encrypted mortar. In reality, the blockchain is a sequence of code. Without the right access code, password, or encryption, it wouldn't matter how hard you smashed on the mortar. You wouldn't be able to break through to that brick. A skim coating is applied to the brick's face to protect them against electronic weather or cyber attacks, as they're more commonly known. As we have seen in the last few years, both around the world and recently in the US election, people are losing faith and trust in the forms of democracy that exist in the voting and election systems. The same is true of financial fraud and the security of investments and money. Blockchain technology is a 21st century answer to this problem, existing only as a theoretical idea until Bitcoin went public, paving the way for a series of ideas about how a blockchain could be used to send smart contracts, classified or confidential information, and mediums of exchange, i.e. electronic cash, to anyone anywhere in the world with no need to route the transaction through banks, lawyers, or even governments. Ethereum was the first crypto platform used for something other than cash, based on the idea that every new transaction added to the blockchain left a digital footprint. A bit like putting your hand into the wet mortar and leaving a handprint that cannot be erased, broken up, or removed. In crypto speak, these digital footprints are called hash. When a new block is added to the existing blockchain, a new hash is generated from the previous chain, the past hashes in the new block. Using the wall analogy, imagine new handprints, maybe cat paw prints, are layered onto the original handprint. This makes it impossible to duplicate or reconstruct. There is a cost involved in computing the hash value, as nobody would maintain the security of the blockchain without an incentive. The people generating and verifying the hash are known as miners, using a combination of skill and luck in their computations. The combination of scarcity and security, coupled with portability and instant access without interference from third parties, is an unbeatable combination, enabling fully encrypted peer-to-peer transactions.
So, how does it democratize?
As an example, let's say you've had a few problems and you've been made bankrupt, but you have an opportunity to start a business and sort yourself out. You can't approach the normal institutions for loans or guarantees or any other form of financial services, but by using blockchain technology, you can circumvent the normal channels and go straight to sources willing to lend to you, with no reference to banks, credit checks, or other means of checking up on you. The lender, in turn, is free to take a chance and loan you the money directly without anyone else needing to know. No regulation or restrictions because the transaction is peer-to-peer. No outside parties can access any of the smart contracts you initiate with the lender, and no outside institution can impose penalties or additional charges to the arrangements that you have made. Of course, there is a dark side. Early adoption on the dark web to pay for drugs and other such things, which we won't go into here, hindered the growth of cyber solutions like blockchain. Blockchain technology gives financial power back to individuals rather than to huge financial conglomerates. And we are still in the early stages. The brightest brains of the world are working on blockchain and the future of financial transactions, from shares to real estate and beyond, which in good time will all be transformed by these electronic bricks and mortar.